my name is Gio Sierra and I'm with BMAC Trucking, and I'm going to be talking to you about personal conveyance. Under normal circumstances, all the time spent at the controls operating a commercial vehicle must be logged as driving time. However, we come across the question, what happens when a driver is using his or her commercial vehicle as a personal vehicle to commute to or from a personal destination? This concept can be classified as personal conveyance and can be found under Part 395 of the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Regulations Pocketbook in the form of interpretations. So these interpretations are guidelines that were published to provide a better understanding of the rules. To be able to log personal conveyance, there are several conditions that must be met. These conditions are the same whether a company driver or an owner-operator is taking his or her truck home or to a personal location. So here are some scenarios of proper usage of personal conveyance. Scenario number one, if you are at a truck stop and want to drive down the road for some food or to the movies, you are able to do so. This can be logged under personal conveyance. Scenario number two, if you park your truck at your home, you're permitted to drive to the terminal and back home under personal conveyance. Scenario number three, if you were loading or unloading and run out of time, you now have the ability to drive to the next safe place to park. And you can do this utilizing personal conveyance. Scenario number four, if you are asked to move by a DOT officer or policeman, you're able to use personal conveyance to drive to the next safe location. So here are some scenarios of improper usage of personal conveyance. Scenario number one, you are not able to drive further to get to your next load destination. Scenario number two, time spent driving your equipment to a facility to have vehicle maintenance performed. This is not personal conveyance. Scenario number three, after being placed OOS, which is out of service, by DOT for exceeding your hours of service, you are not permitted to drive to a location to obtain required rest, unless so directed by a DOT officer at the scene. Scenario number four, time spent traveling to a motor carrier's terminal after loading or unloading from a shipper or receiver. So now I'm going to teach you guys how to use personal conveyance on your tablet. So step number one, you're going to do a post-trip inspection. Step number two, you're going to log off duty. Step number three, you're going to press on the home button on the top left-hand corner and click on DVIR. Step number four, you're going to click on Vehicle Association. Step number five, you're going to press Connect to your vehicle. Step number six, you're going to select Off Duty. Step number seven, so once you go through these steps, the off-duty personal conveyance option is going to be highlighted for you to select. So if you stop during your personal conveyance trip, you are required to select personal conveyance again. This is very important. Make sure to highlight this. And if you have any other questions, feel free to ask your safety associate. Alright, I'm going to teach you how to use personal conveyance on your tablet. You're going to first hit on pre-trip, select your vehicle, then I'm just going to use Cambridge as an example. You're going to confirm, accept, then you're going to go over here, you're going to hit your DVIR, and then do your post trip. You're going to select your vehicle. Again, I'm going to use Cambridge as an example. Then accept. So now that your post trip is done, you're going to go over here. You're going to select DVIR, Vehicle Association. Then you're going to go to Duty Status, select Off, then Off Duty Personal Conveyance. Then you're going to have a reasoning, so for this example I'm going to use Motel. And press OK. Then Cambridge again. And then now you are logged into off-duty personal conveyance. Should take a while to update the status. Then you go back home, see you're on personal conveyance. If at any time in between this you were to stop, for example, to go to a restaurant, you need to go back into your tablet and log personal conveyance again on the duty status. If you have any questions, just ask your instructor.